Yes, atoms are impossible, but why? Let me explain you all. But for that, please do like, share, subscribe my channel, and please support video. Now let's start. So atoms are impossible according to classical mechanics. But when we go to quantum mechanics, then atoms become possible. But why atoms are impossible according to classical mechanics? Let me explain you all. So we all know the classical diagram of an atom. So there we have a nucleus around which there revolves some electrons, correct? Right. So let's assume a uni-electron system. So there is one electron which is revolving. So as per Maxwell's electrodynamic theory, what will happen is that this electron will spiral like this and will eventually collapse into this nucleus. But in reality, of course, this does not happen. Then what's the reality behind this? Well, you all can think that maybe it takes lots of time. No. As per electrodynamics theory given by Maxwell, it should take about 10 to the power negative 8 seconds, an approximate result. So we all know that it is not the case because, of course, the age of universe is like it's very old, like 13.8 billion years. I don't remember the exact age, but somewhat like this. Okay. So of course we all know that this is not possible. So what's the reality? Let me tell you. So to understand this, we have to go to quantum mechanics now. So earlier we were defining the path as somewhat like a circular or a spherical path of electron, correct? But now we will define it as a wave-like path, somewhat like this. Okay, whatever. Okay. So here we will see it as a wave because of wave-particle duality. So instead of seeing electron as a particle, we are going to see it as a wave. So if it is a wave, it has a corresponding wave function. And we all know that it is a standing wave because it is coming back to its original position, right? So psi of x for a standing wave is given as e to the power negative I kx. Suppose the initial position is suppose at x. Now when it completes the whole path, suppose x plus L. L is the radius of this circle, right? It is e to the power negative I k x plus L, right? But now both of these wave functions correspond to the same position. So of course they both must be equal, right? So e to the power minus kx, it must be equal to e to the power minus kx plus I. So it means that e to the power negative I kx is equal to e to the power negative I kx into e to the power negative I kl. So this and this gets cancelled, right? Okay. Hence, 1 is equal to e to the power negative I kl. Correct? Okay, so we got this. What's next? Well, 1. So you all know that 1 is equal to e to the power I pi square, where we all know that e to the power I pi is equal to negative 1. When it's squared, it will become 1 again. And what if I add power n also? I multiply 2 with the power n. Why? Because, let me define, n belongs to, we can say whole numbers. Whole numbers, or you can say natural numbers. Let's say natural numbers. So of course, if n belongs to natural numbers, then 2n will always be an even number, right? So of course, negative 1 raised to some even power will become 1 again, correct? Hence, we can say it is equal to e to the power, or here we can say negative also, negative, because e to the power negative I pi is again negative 1 only, right? So we can say e to the power negative 2 I pi n is equal to e to the power negative I k l, correct? Now let's equate the powers over here. So we will get negative 2 I pi n is equal to negative I k l, correct? Okay. I and I gets cancelled, this will become positive. So 2 pi n is equal to kl, right? We get this expression. Now let me write over here. So we will get 2 pi n is equal to 2 pi by lambda into l, right? Where k is the wave vector, you all know, right? Okay. So 2 pi by lambda, what is the length of this path? It is equal to 2 pi r. 2 pi r, correct? So we have 2 pi n is equal to this. So 2 pi and 2 pi gets cancelled. So we have n lambda is equal to 2 pi r, correct? N lambda is equal to 2 pi r. And one more thing which you can say over here is that we all know that lambda is equal to h by p, right? You all know for wave lambda is equal to h by p. This is the de Broglie wavelength, of course. So we have nh is equal to, let me write it over here. So just I'm substituting this value over here. So where should I write? Well, let me write this. So n lambda was equal to 2 pi r, right? Where r is the radius. So we can say n into h by p is equal to 2 pi r. Hence nh by 2 pi is equal to pr. Hence we get nh bar is equal to mvr. And what is mvr? Mvr is equal to angular momentum. Hence angular momentum is nh bar, where n is the orbit number and h bar is h by 2 pi, right? So it means that angular momentum is quantized, and due to this electron won't fall into this nucleus because angular momentum is quantized in this case. So for a particular orbit, this angular momentum will always be equal to n times h bar. Suppose if I take the orbit number as 2, so in that case angular momentum will be always 2h bar, right? And hence it will keep on revolving away, right? Understood? So basically angular momentum is quantized in this case. So it is actually the wave nature of electron which allows atoms to exist, else atoms would never exist, and that's ridiculous. And it's really interesting that what particle nature can't explain is explained using the wave nature of electron, and it's really mind-blowing. If you did enjoy this video, then please do like, share, subscribe my channel, and support this video. Bye bye, take care. And yeah, I have made a video regarding complete quantum mechanics one shot, so you all can check it out. Bye bye, take care.